Have you ever wondered what's actually happening inside that tiny, brilliant mind? In the first year, a baby's brain doubles in size, forming millions of connections every second. Every interaction, from a game of peekaboo to a simple cuddle, shapes their future. The prefrontal cortex is just beginning to develop, laying the foundation for emotional intelligence. That's why comforting them isn't just sweet, it's scientifically essential for their growth. Like a seed needing sunlight, their potential unfolds in a nurturing environment. And that first smile? It's a major cognitive milestone signaling social awareness. This is just the beginning. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips as we explore the science of attachment next. Ever felt like the second-choice parent? Don't worry, it's actually a sign of healthy development. This is known as the favorite parent phenomenon, and it's deeply rooted in attachment theory. Babies often cycle through favorites as they learn to navigate social hierarchies and find security. But before they can speak, their body language tells the real story. Take pointing, for example. Pointing is a massive cognitive leap. It's the birth of shared attention and communication. The lean and the reach are their ways of saying, "I trust you to help me explore this world." Understanding these cues builds a bridge of trust that lasts a lifetime. So whether you're the favorite today or tomorrow, you are their world. Next in our 60-minute series, The Science of Baby Emotions. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to see it first. Have you ever noticed how a baby's entire body seems to vibrate with joy? Emotion isn't just a feeling for them, it's a full-body experience. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today, we're dedicating 5 minutes to the complex, beautiful science of baby emotions. At the heart of every giggle and every tear is the limbic system, the brain's emotional processing center. For a baby, emotions are their primary language before they ever speak a word. The amygdala, a tiny almond-shaped structure, acts as their emotional alarm system, scanning the world for safety. When they feel fear, it's instant and intense. Their brain hasn't yet learned how to turn the alarm off on its own. This is where you come in. Through co-regulation, your calm nervous system helps soothe theirs. Like a calm harbor for a small boat, your presence is their sanctuary. When a baby smiles, their brain is flooded with dopamine, rewarding them for social connection. Joy is a powerful motivator for learning, making every new discovery feel like a victory. Frustration, though difficult, is the spark for problem-solving. It's the brain's way of saying, "I want to solve this." Validating that effort, letting them know you see their struggle, is more important than fixing it immediately. Around 18 months, a major shift happens, the birth of self-awareness. This is the mirror test. Suddenly, they realize that the person in the mirror is me. This realization brings a whole new range of emotions. With self-awareness comes complex social emotions like pride, embarrassment, and even empathy. Even before they can talk, babies show the first signs of empathy, trying to comfort those they love. Their emotional world is growing, reaching toward connection like flowers to the light. Every baby is born with a unique temperament, their natural way of responding to the world. Some are naturally easygoing, while others are more sensitive and slow to warm up. Their emotions are often tied to sensory input. A soft texture or a gentle sound can shift their entire mood. When the world becomes too loud or too bright, their emotional system can become overloaded. Recognizing the signs of overstimulation early allows you to provide the quiet time their brain needs to reset. Peace is a skill they learn from you, one quiet moment at a time. Routines are an emotional anchor. Knowing what happens next provides a deep sense of security. This predictability lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormone, allowing for better emotional regulation. Even a simple bath can be a ritual of comfort and joy when done with love and consistency. Building resilience doesn't mean avoiding tears. It means learning that they can recover from them. They look to your face to know how to feel. Your confidence becomes their confidence. This mirroring is the foundation of their social and emotional world. You are their first mirror. Intergenerational bonds provide a rich tapestry of emotional experiences and security. Strong emotional roots allow them to grow tall and weather any storm. Laughter is more than fun. It releases endorphins that strengthen the immune system and the brain. Every belly laugh is a biological recharge for their developing mind and body. Shared joy is the glue that binds a family together across generations. From the stormiest tears to the brightest smiles, their emotional journey is a masterpiece. We're 15 minutes into our 60-minute journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to follow the science every step of the way. Understanding their emotions is the key to unlocking their full potential. Part 3 is complete. Join us in 5 minutes for Part 4. The mystery of baby sleep and dreaming. See you then. Have you ever caught your baby smiling in their sleep and wondered where they were in their dreams? Sleep isn't just rest for a baby. It's a high-performance workshop for the brain. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. In this 5-minute deep dive, we're uncovering the mysteries of baby sleep and dreaming. Newborns spend nearly 50% of their sleep in REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. This is far more than adults. For a developing mind, REM sleep is the primary time for neural construction and architectural growth. You may see them twitch, kick, or even let out a small cry. This is called active sleep, and it's a vital sign of health. During these twitches, the brain is actually testing the connections between neurons and muscles, mapping the body for future movement. This biological rehearsal is why your baby seems to master new skills almost overnight. While the world outside is quiet, their internal world is a universe of activity. Sleep is the brain's filing system. It's when short-term experiences are consolidated into long-term memories. Everything they learned during the day, your face, a new sound, a texture, is being etched into their mind while they rest. Sleep is also when the body releases the majority of its growth hormones. They are literally growing while they sleep. This is why adequate sleep is just as important as nutrition for physical development. So, do babies dream? Most neuroscientists believe they do, but their dreams are likely very different from ours. Because they don't have language or complex concepts yet, their dreams are thought to be sensory snapshots of sounds, smells, and feelings. The lullabies you sing and the way you smell may become the very fabric of their earliest dreams. Creating a sensory environment of peace helps ensure those dreams are full of security. Baby sleep cycles are much shorter than ours, only about 50 minutes long. This is why they wake so frequently. Each transition between cycles is an opportunity for them to check their environment for safety and comfort. In the early months, mirroring the environment of the womb helps their immature nervous system settle into sleep. Babies aren't born with a circadian rhythm. They rely on your cues and the natural rise of melatonin to find their rhythm. Dimming the lights and lowering your voice tells their brain that the day is done and it's time to recharge. Consistency is the language of safety for a sleeping baby. When they finally drop into quiet sleep, the brain becomes still, and the body begins its heavy work of physical repair. During this phase, metabolic waste is cleared from the brain, leaving it fresh and ready for tomorrow's learning. Every nap, no matter how short, is a critical building block for their cognitive health. We all know that a lack of sleep affects mood. For a baby, it makes emotional regulation nearly impossible. Helping them back to sleep isn't just about peace. It's about protecting their developing emotional resilience. During REM, those rapid eye movements are signs that the brain is scanning the landscapes of their dreams. Their dreams are the tides of their experience, pulling the day into the depths of their soul. Familiar objects and smells can provide a dream anchor, helping them feel safe even in the dark. As they grow, the brain learns to consolidate sleep into longer stretches, a major neurological victory. That first full night of sleep is a milestone for the whole family, signaling a new stage of maturity. Every morning is a new beginning, powered by the work done in the dark. Your quiet presence while they sleep is the silent foundation of their confidence when they wake. We're 20 minutes into our 60-minute journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to unlock the rest of the science. Sleep is the soil in which the seeds of their intelligence and personality are nurtured. Part 4 is complete. Rest well and join us in 5 minutes for Part 5, the science of first words and communication. Because every cute moment has a brilliant why behind it. See you soon. Have you ever listened to your baby's coos and felt like you were part of a secret conversation? Those tiny sounds are actually the first steps in a massive neurological takeover. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today we're exploring how your baby finds their voice in the science of first words and communication. The journey to language begins long before birth. By the 3rd trimester, a baby is already tuning into the melody and rhythm of their mother's voice. At birth, they already prefer the sounds of their native language over any other, showing that the brain has been listening for months. Around 2 months, cooing emerges. These vowel-like sounds are more than cute, they are the first rehearsals for controlling the muscles of speech. Every ooh and ah is a complex coordination of the diaphragm, the vocal folds, and the brain's motor cortex. When you coo back, you're creating a feedback loop that strengthens the neural pathways dedicated to social communication. Language is a rhythm, a dance of sound and silence that they are just beginning to learn. Around 6 months, cooing turns into babbling. This is the brain's way of practicing the building blocks of syllables. During this stage, Broca's area, the brain's speech production center, is working overtime to organize these random sounds into patterns. You might find yourself naturally using parentese, that high-pitched sing-song voice. Scientifically, this is exactly what your baby needs. The exaggerated vowels and slower pace of parentese help the baby's brain distinguish where one word ends and another begins. At birth, babies are citizens of the world, capable of hearing the sounds of every language on Earth. But around 10 months, a major shift happens. The brain begins to prune away the ability to hear sounds that aren't in their native tongue, tuning itself specifically to your voice and language. This neural commitment is what allows them to become experts in the language they will eventually speak. Their world is narrowing its focus, gaining depth and clarity in the sounds that matter most. Communication is a serve and return interaction. When your baby makes a sound and you respond, you are building the foundation of the brain. This is called joint attention. When you both look at the same thing, your baby learns that words have meaning and objects have names. Labeling the world around them, saying, "Look, a dog," is like planting the seeds of their first vocabulary. Remember, comprehension always comes before production. Your baby understands hundreds of words long before they can say them. Wernicke's area, responsible for understanding language, develops much faster than the areas needed to actually speak. Every wave and every nod is proof that their internal dictionary is growing larger every day. Understanding and expression are two rivers that will eventually flow together into fluent speech. And then it happens, the first word. Usually a simple pattern like mama or dada, it's a cognitive explosion. That first word represents the moment they realize they can use sound to change their world and get what they need. The social reward they get from your reaction is the most powerful language teacher they will ever have. Pointing and babbling work together. Babies who use more gestures early on often have larger vocabularies later in life. Gestures are the bridge between thinking and speaking, helping the brain map out meanings before the mouth can catch up. Even fake reading and talking to toys is vital practice for the social rules of conversation. The roots of their communication are going deep, preparing them for a lifetime of connection. Soon, the vocabulary explosion begins. They can learn up to 9 new words every single day. The brain is now an expert at fast mapping, associating a new word with a concept after only 1 or 2 exposures. Music and rhyme are the secret weapons of language learning, making patterns easy for the brain to store and retrieve. The stories you tell today are building the narrative of their entire world. Speak to them often. Every word is a new horizon, an opportunity for them to understand and be understood. We're 25 minutes into our 60-minute journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to see the full 60-minute series. Language is the ultimate tool of human connection, and it all begins with your voice. Part 5 is complete. Join us in 5 minutes for Part 6, the science of baby play and creativity. See you then. To us, it's just a stack of blocks. But to a baby, it's a masterclass in physics, spatial reasoning, and steady determination. Play is the engine of their development. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today, we're dedicating 5 minutes to the work of childhood, the fascinating science of baby play and creativity. In the first 2 years, play is the primary way the brain builds itself. Every toy explored is a new set of neural connections formed. Exploration begins with the senses. Texture, weight, and sound are the first data points your baby collects about their world. Around 4 months, they discover cause and effect. The realization that if I do this, that happens is their first major scientific breakthrough. This discovery triggers a dopamine release, rewarding the brain for its curiosity and encouraging them to experiment again and again. Yes, even dropping that spoon for the 10th time is an experiment in gravity and social interaction. They are testing the rules of the universe. The world is their laboratory, and every discovery is as delicate and profound as a floating seed. Early on, babies engage in solitary play. This isn't just being alone, it's the birth of focus and independent problem-solving. This deep immersion is vital for developing the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that will later handle complex tasks and attention. Creativity begins with symbolic play. When a box becomes a car, your baby is using their brain to redefine reality. This is a massive cognitive leap toward abstract thinking, the ability to hold an idea in the mind that isn't physically present. Creativity isn't about the final product. It's about the process of transforming thoughts into actions. Nature is the ultimate toy box, providing infinite textures and patterns for an inquisitive mind. Around year 1, you'll notice parallel play. They play near each other, but not yet with each other. This is a social milestone. Even without interaction, they are observing one another, learning the social rules of space, boundaries, and shared environment. Physical play is the laboratory for gross motor skills. Every crawl, climb, and tumble strengthens the cerebellum. The cerebellum at the base of the brain is rapidly growing, fine-tuning their balance and their sense of where their body is in space. Risk-taking in a safe environment builds confidence and teaches them how to manage physical challenges. Their horizons are expanding with every new movement they master. Fine motor play, like the pincer grasp, is a triumph of the motor cortex and the small muscles of the hand. This precision is the foundation for later skills like drawing, writing, and even using tools. It's brain-hand coordination at its best. Open-ended play, where there is no right way to use a toy, is the greatest fuel for original thinking. The game of hide-and-seek with objects is a workout for their memory and logical reasoning. It proves the world is predictable. This logic allows them to start predicting outcomes and planning their next move, the very beginning of strategic thinking. Imitative play is how they learn the social roles of their culture. By helping you, they are practicing being part of a community. The path of play is the path of learning, winding through every stage of their growth. Mistakes and failures in play are vital. They teach resilience, flexibility, and the joy of starting over. Each time they try again, the brain strengthens its ability to handle frustration and find new solutions. Water play is a sensory masterpiece, teaching lessons in volume, flow, and the physical properties of the world. Sensory-rich play keeps the brain in a state of high plasticity, ready to absorb and adapt to new information. Rhythmic and musical play coordinates the brain's timing and auditory processing, while building deep emotional bonds. From the simplest block to the wildest dance, play is the rainbow after the hard work of growing. Your greatest gift is joining them on the floor. When you play at their level, you are their favorite playmate and teacher. We're 30 minutes into our journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to explore the next 30 minutes of science. Play is the soil in which the seeds of their intelligence and personality are nurtured. Let them play. Part 6 is complete. Join us in 5 minutes for Part 7, the science of baby nutrition and brain power. See you then. Every new taste is a discovery. But did you know that for a baby, nutrition is actually the high-octane fuel that builds their intelligence? Every bite is a brain boost. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today, we're diving into 5 minutes of the vital science behind baby nutrition and brain power. Whether it's breast milk or formula, early nutrition is a complex chemical message that tells the brain exactly how to grow. It's not just about calories. It's about the unique blend of fats and proteins that build the very architecture of the mind. DHA and other omega-3 fatty acids are the building blocks of myelin, the insulation that allows brain signals to travel at lightning speed. As they transition to solids, brain foods like avocado provide the healthy fats needed for this rapid cognitive expansion. Like an orchard in spring, their potential is being nourished from the roots up. The mess is actually a sign of learning. Handling food is a sensory experience that integrates touch, smell, and taste into a single cognitive map. New flavors trigger dopamine releases, encouraging your baby to explore more variety and build a diverse palate. Mealtime is a social classroom. Watching you eat teaches them the cultural and social rules of sharing and community. Around 6 months, a baby's natural iron stores begin to deplete. Iron is vital for the oxygen delivery that powers brain energy. Iron-rich foods like spinach and legumes are the next step in fueling their physical and mental endurance. Nutrition is the steady current that shapes the landscape of their future. Researchers are discovering the gut-brain axis, a two-way communication system where a healthy gut actually supports a happy mood. A diverse microbiome built through early nutrition produces neurotransmitters that help regulate a baby's stress and emotions. Every new food is a chance to strengthen this internal ecosystem and support their mental well-being. As they grow, simple hydration becomes the oil that keeps the gears of the brain turning smoothly. Clarity and focus are nurtured in the simplest of ways. Learning to feed themselves is a major milestone in independence, requiring incredible hand-eye coordination. The brain is learning to map the distance between the plate and the mouth, a feat of spatial geometry performed a dozen times a meal. The laughter and love at the table are just as vital as the food itself, creating a positive association with healthy habits. The baby's brain uses up to 60% of the body's total energy. This is why consistent, nutrient-dense meals are so important. The energy of the earth becomes the energy of their mind. Learning to recognize internal cues of fullness is the beginning of self-regulation and a healthy relationship with food. This biological balance between ghrelin and leptin, the hunger and fullness hormones, helps stabilize their mood and energy levels. Modeling healthy eating is the most effective way to teach your baby. They want to eat what you eat. New textures, crunchy, smooth, bumpy, literally expand the brain's tactile map of the world. These sensory inputs are like building mountains and valleys in their cognitive landscape, providing depth to their understanding. Healthy eating becomes a family adventure, a journey of flavor and health you take together. The purest ingredients build the strongest foundations. Nutrition and sleep work together. A well-fed baby sleeps better, and a well-rested baby processes nutrients more efficiently. This metabolic harmony is the secret to their growth, ensuring every system is working in sync. Even the cleanup is an opportunity for connection and a fresh start for the next discovery. Every day they are growing stronger, fueled by your care and nature's bounty. We're 35 minutes into our 60-minute journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to fuel your knowledge for the next segments. Feeding their body is feeding their future. The seeds you plant today will blossom for a lifetime. Part 7 is complete. Join us in 5 minutes for Part 8. The science of baby laughter and humor. See you then. Because every cute bite has a brilliant why behind it. See you soon. Is there any sound more infectious than a baby's belly laugh? It turns out that giggle is a sophisticated signal that your baby's social brain is officially online. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today, we're dedicating 5 minutes to the joyful science of baby laughter and humor. Most babies have their first laugh between 3 and 4 months. It's an evolutionary breakthrough in social bonding. When a baby laughs, their brain releases a cocktail of feel-good chemicals like oxytocin and endorphins, strengthening the parent-child bond. Laughter is a social magnet. It tells the parent, "Keep doing that, I like this connection." At its core, baby humor is about surprise. Their brain is learning to form expectations, and they find it hilarious when those expectations are subverted. This is a sign of high-level cognitive processing. To find something surprising, you must first understand what normal looks like. Like a sparkling stream, their joy is a natural expression of their growing understanding of the world. Peekaboo is the classic example. It combines object permanence, the tension of waiting, and the joyous resolution of finding you again. That laugh is the aha moment of the brain, the resolution of a cognitive puzzle that feels safe and rewarding. Physical humor, like tickling or the little piggy, uses the tactile system to stimulate the nervous system into a state of playful arousal. Tickling activates the somatosensory cortex, creating a tingle that the brain interprets as a safe social game. By 6 months, babies also find incongruity funny. Seeing someone act silly or out of character is a hilarious breach of their mental rules. Their sense of humor is as varied and vibrant as a field in full bloom. Psychologists believe that a strong sense of humor in infancy is a marker of cognitive flexibility and social intelligence. When you laugh with them, you are validating their creative attempts at social interaction. You are teaching them that joy is shared. Laughter actually has biological benefits. It lowers cortisol and can even strengthen the immune system by increasing antibody-producing cells. It's the body's natural stress reliever, helping the nervous system reset after a day of intense learning and growth. As they grow, they start to create their own jokes, like making funny sounds or hiding objects to trick you. This is active creativity. This is the birth of the inner comedian, using their knowledge of the world to intentionally create moments of levity. Laughter is the light that breaks through the challenges of development. Laughter is contagious for a reason. Mirror neurons in the brain fire when we see someone else happy, making joy a communal experience. This resonance is the foundation of emotional health, teaching the brain how to stay in sync with the feelings of others. Mirror play becomes humor play. They are learning to see themselves through the lens of joy and self-acceptance. When you are silly, you are giving them permission to be creative and unconventional. You are fostering an open, inquisitive mind. Humor is the ultimate out-of-the-box thinking. It's about seeing the world differently and finding the delight in the unexpected. Animals are often a baby's first source of observational humor. The unpredictable movements of a pet are endlessly entertaining. Every movement in nature can be a source of wonder and amusement for a young mind. A true belly laugh requires deep diaphragmatic breathing, the same kind of breathing used in meditation to calm the nervous system. This oxygenates the blood and the brain at a high level, providing a natural energy blast for their developing cells. Shared family humor creates joy anchors, memories of safety and happiness that they will carry into adulthood. Using humor to navigate minor fails is the highest form of resilience. They are learning that they can laugh at life's little stumbles. Laughter is the rainbow that appears after the effort of learning something new. You are the curator of their joy. Every time you laugh with them, you are saying, "Your happiness is my priority." We're 40 minutes into our journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to catch the next 20 minutes of baby science. A laughing baby is a thriving baby. Nourish their sense of humor as much as their body and mind. Part 8 is complete. Join us in 5 minutes for Part 9. The science of baby movement and milestones. See you then. Because every cute giggle has a brilliant why behind it. See you soon. Every reach, every roll, and every step is a victory of neurological engineering. Movement is how your baby first begins to claim their independence. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today we're exploring the 5-minute science of baby movement and developmental milestones. At the heart of movement is the cerebellum, the part of the brain responsible for balance, coordination, and the timing of every tiny muscle. The first rollover is a major milestone, signaling that the core muscles and the brain's motor cortex are starting to sync up. Gross motor skills involve the large muscles. Building this physical foundation is the brain's priority in the first 6 months. Your encouragement acts as a social reward, releasing dopamine that tells their brain, "Keep moving, this is worth the effort." The road to mobility is a journey of 1,000 tiny, purposeful movements. Around 7 to 10 months, crawling begins. Whether it's a classic crawl or a commando pull, the brain is learning to coordinate the left and right sides of the body. This cross-lateral movement strengthens the connection between the 2 hemispheres of the brain, a vital foundation for later cognitive skills. Mobility changes their worldview. Suddenly, they aren't just observers, they are active explorers of their environment. As they move, the brain is creating a 3-dimensional map of space, learning about distance, depth, and the physical limits of their world. Pulling to a stand is a victory of both muscle and gravity. It changes their perspective from the floor to the horizon. The basal ganglia are working to turn these new movements into muscle memory. So standing eventually becomes as natural as breathing. The scale of their world is growing, and with it, their courage to explore it. Your hands provide the safety they need to take those first risky steps toward the future. While the legs learn to walk, the hands are learning to work. This is the world of fine motor development. The pincer grasp, using the thumb and index finger, is a uniquely human milestone that requires incredible neurological precision. Every successful grasp strengthens the connection between the eyes and the motor cortex, building the foundation for drawing and writing. Precision is a masterpiece of development, built one tiny movement at a time. It all begins with tummy time. This simple practice builds the neck and back strength required for every future milestone. The spine is the highway of the nervous system. As it strengthens, the brain can send faster and more complex signals to the limbs. When you are on the floor with them, you aren't just watching. You are providing an emotional anchor for their physical efforts. The vestibular system in the inner ear is fine-tuning their sense of balance, helping them understand up from down. Then comes the ultimate milestone, the first steps. This is a massive leap in both physical ability and self-confidence. Falling is part of the science. Each tumble teaches the brain how to adjust, recover, and try a different approach. This physical resilience builds emotional resilience. They are learning that they can overcome challenges through persistence. Strength is built against the resistance of the world. It's important to remember, milestones are ranges, not deadlines. Every baby's brain follows its own unique developmental schedule. Comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on your baby's individual progress and the amazing work their brain is doing. By being a quiet observer, you can spot the subtle signs of their next big breakthrough before it even happens. Every new room entered and every new object reached is a lesson in curiosity and the rewards of being brave. The brain rewards this exploration with a sense of wonder, making learning the most exciting game they will ever play. The potential for greatness is rooted in these first, simple movements. Celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Your joy is the mirror in which they see their own success. We're 45 minutes into our 60-minute journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips to catch the final 15 minutes of science. Movement is the dance of the brain and body. Support their rhythm and they will find their own way. Part 9 is complete. Take a breath and we'll see you in Part 10. The science of baby sleep training and circadian rhythms. See you then. Because every cute step has a brilliant why behind it. See you soon. Why is it that some babies sleep through the night while others seem to have their own internal alarm clock? The answer lies in the complex development of the circadian rhythm. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today we're dedicating 5 minutes to the science of baby sleep training and biological rhythms. Babies aren't born with a 24-hour internal clock. For the first few months, their system is a chaotic mix of day and night. In the early weeks, feeding and comfort are the primary signals, regardless of the time on the wall. Around 3 to 4 months, the pineal gland begins to produce melatonin, the vampire hormone that only comes out in the dark to prepare the body for sleep. Exposure to natural light during the day and deep darkness at night is the primary way the brain sets its internal clock. Like the rising sun, their biological rhythm begins to find its steady daily pattern. In the morning, cortisol levels rise, acting as a natural wake-up call that keeps your baby alert and ready for learning. High-quality daytime activity is the first step toward high-quality nighttime rest. The brain needs to spend that energy. A sleep association is anything your baby needs to fall asleep. This can be a rocking chair, a pacifier, or your presence. The brain loves patterns. When the same sequence happens every night, the nervous system begins to preemptively relax. This is why a consistent bedtime routine is scientifically proven to improve sleep quality for both baby and parent. The transition from day to night is a sacred time for the developing mind. Sleep training is often controversial, but neuroscientists view it as a process of self-soothing development. The goal is to help the prefrontal cortex take over the task of calming the amygdala down when they wake up in the middle of the night. Every family chooses a different path, from cry it out to gentle sleep training. The science shows that consistency is the most important factor. Biological sleep is also tied to body temperature. A slightly cool room helps trigger the brain's sleep systems. Clarity and rest are found in the balance of the environment. White noise mimics the constant whoosh of the womb, providing a familiar auditory blanket that masks startling house sounds. This synchronization helps the brain stay in deep restorative sleep phases for longer periods. Even motion sleep, like in a car or stroller, uses the vestibular system to lull the brain into a relaxed state. Daytime naps are just as vital. They prevent the overtired state where cortisol floods the system, making sleep nearly impossible. Every period of rest is a recharge for the next adventure. The 4-month sleep regression is actually a progression. It's the moment the brain's sleep architecture shifts to be more like an adult's. The brain is literally rewiring itself, adding new stages of sleep that were never there before. It's a massive upgrade. Patience is the bridge through these regressions. Your consistency helps them navigate the new wiring of their mind. Early morning sunlight is the most powerful reset button for the circadian rhythm, stopping melatonin and starting the day. This light signals the brain to begin its daytime tasks, focus, movement, and the absorption of vitamin D. Starting the day together in the light sets the stage for a successful sleep in the dark. Every day is a new cycle of learning and rest. While we don't know the content of their dreams, we know the brain is busy organizing and prioritizing the day's experiences. Sleep training isn't just about sleeping through. It's about providing the long, uninterrupted periods the brain needs to consolidate its work. When your baby finally masters sleep, it's a triumph of biological maturity and a gift of health for the whole family. Peace is the foundation of a healthy mind. We're 50 minutes into our journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips for the final 10 minutes of baby science. Helping your baby find their rhythm is the greatest gift you can give to their developing brain. Part 10 is complete. Rest well and join us in 5 minutes for Part 11, The Science of Baby Social Intelligence and Bonding. See you then. Because every cute nap has a brilliant why behind it. See you soon. Have you ever felt like your baby is reading your very thoughts? That's because their social brain is hardwired for connection from the very first day. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today, we're dedicating 5 minutes to the profound science of baby social intelligence and bonding. Mirror neurons are the brain's social engine. They allow your baby to learn about the world by mentally rehearsing the actions they see you perform. When they copy your smile or your silly face, they aren't just playing. They are building the neural architecture for empathy and understanding. Joint attention, the ability to look at the same thing as someone else, is a major cognitive milestone that appears around 9 months. This social triangle is the birth of communication. It's the moment your baby realizes that you have your own thoughts and intentions. These shared moments of focus are the seeds of language, as they learn the names of things while sharing the experience with you. Like a reflection in still water, your baby sees themselves through the light of your attention. At the core of social intelligence is attachment theory. This is the biological drive to find safety in a specific, reliable person. A secure attachment provides a home base. When babies know you are there, they feel brave enough to explore the wider world. This balance between connection and exploration is the foundation of self-confidence and future independence. Separation anxiety, while difficult, is actually a sign of advanced cognitive growth. It means your baby now understands that you are a separate, irreplaceable person. It's the dark side of object permanence. They know you still exist even when you're gone, and they want you back. Every goodbye is a lesson in trust, and every return is a celebration of your bond. Babies are emotional sponges. Through emotional resonance, they can actually feel the stress or the joy of the people around them. The vagus nerve, which regulates the heart and lungs, is deeply influenced by social contact. Your touch and voice can literally slow their heart rate down. When you are calm, they are calm. This biological synchrony is the most powerful tool you have for their emotional health. By 6 months, babies use social referencing. They check your face to know how to react to something new or uncertain. Your encouraging nod is the green light their brain needs to take risks and learn from the unknown. Shared humor and shared joy are the high-performance fuels of the social brain. They create lasting positive associations with being with others. Individual lives are woven together into a network of support and love. Touch is the most primitive social language. It releases oxytocin, which lowers blood pressure and increases the threshold for pain. Often called the love hormone, oxytocin is the biological glue that binds a family together across generations. Fathers and partners experience their own oxytocin surge, proving that the drive to bond is a universal human experience. From the first social smile at 6 weeks to the first wave at 10 months, your baby is mastering the complex rules of being human. These early social victories are the building blocks for every friendship and relationship they will ever have. The potential for connection is as vast and deep as the sea itself. Eye contact is a neurological bridge. When you look into each other's eyes, your brainwaves can actually begin to synchronize. This neural coupling is the ultimate form of empathy. It's when two separate minds begin to act as one. You are the architect of their social world. The love you build today is the foundation of their entire life. A wide circle of secure relationships, grandparents, siblings, and friends, strengthens their social resilience and perspective. We are born to belong, reaching toward one another like flowers toward the sun. We're 55 minutes into our journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips for the final 5 minutes of our series. Social intelligence is the greatest gift of the human brain. Nourish it with love, and the world will be their home. Part 11 is complete. Take a breath and join us in 5 minutes for the final segment, Part 12, The Future of Your Baby's Potential. See you then, because every cute connection has a brilliant why behind it. See you soon. We began this journey looking into a tiny mind, and we end it looking at a limitless future. Everything we've explored, the brain growth, the smiles, the sleep, is the foundation for the person they will become. Welcome to the grand finale of Cute Baby Clips. In this final 5-minute segment, we are exploring the lifelong science of your baby's potential. The plasticity of the infant brain is at its peak right now, but this ability to rewire and adapt continues far into childhood and even adulthood. The rich environments you create today, full of language, music, and touch, are setting the operating system for a lifetime of learning. Did you know that babies raised in bilingual homes develop greater cognitive flexibility? Their brains become experts at switching between different sets of rules and sounds. This early exposure doesn't just teach words. It strengthens the brain's executive function, the ability to focus, plan, and ignore distractions. Fostering curiosity is the key to lifelong intelligence. When a child asks why, their brain is actively building the bridges of logical reasoning. Curiosity is the engine of discovery. By allowing them to explore and ask questions, you are nurturing a world-class scientist in your own home. Every new skill is a new peak conquered, expanding the horizon of what they believe is possible. Decades of research show that the achievement gap often begins in the first 1,000 days. Access to nutrition, safety, and stimulation are the primary drivers of future success. But the good news is that the brain is incredibly resilient. Positive interventions and consistent love can overcome early challenges and rewrite a child's story. Reading aloud is perhaps the single most powerful tool for cognitive development. It exposes the brain to complex syntax and vocabulary that conversation alone cannot provide. By age 3, children who are read to regularly have heard millions more words than those who aren't. This word wealth is a predictor of reading level in elementary school. Through play, they are practicing grit, the ability to persist through frustration. This trait is often more important for future success than raw IQ. Resilience is built when a child feels safe enough to fail. Your support is the safety net that allows them to take the risks required for growth. Like water carving through stone, their persistence today shapes the path of their tomorrow. The secure attachment you build now isn't just for infancy. It creates a mental model for all their future relationships, teaching them that they are worthy of love and respect. This internal sense of security allows them to be better partners, parents, and friends. You are building the foundation of their emotional world. Independence is the ultimate goal of parenting. By providing a secure base, you give them the wings they need to fly. When your baby grows into a toddler who shares and comforts others, you are seeing the result of the emotional mirroring you practiced months ago. Social intelligence is the highest form of human potential. It allows us to work together, solve global problems, and create a more compassionate world. Your baby is part of a village. Every person who loves them is a unique teacher in the school of life. The potential of a single child is as vast and vital as a growing forest. We've traveled 60 minutes through the science of the developing brain. We've seen how neurons connect, how emotions are processed, and how language is born. We've learned that the cute moments, the giggles and the cuddles, are actually the most important biological signals of all. Your baby is a masterpiece of biology and a miracle of potential. By understanding the why behind the cute, you are helping them reach their full potential. Thank you for joining us for this 60-minute deep dive into baby psychology. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips for more science-backed parenting insights. Because every baby deserves to be understood, and every parent deserves the science to help them thrive. We'll see you in our next series. Until then, keep observing, keep loving, and keep discovering the science of your baby. Welcome to the Parenting Masterclass. We've explored the why behind the cute. Now let's talk about how you can apply this science every single day to unlock your baby's potential. In this first 5-minute segment, we are focusing on the biological foundations: the brain, sleep, and nutrition. Tip number 1, master the serve and return. When your baby reaches out with a sound or a gaze, always respond. This is the single most effective way to build neural connections. Every time you return their serve, you are thickening the neural pathways that will later handle language and social skills. Consistency is key. Even 2 minutes of focused eye-to-eye interaction is more powerful than an hour of distracted play. Tip number 2, curate a sensory environment. You don't need expensive toys. Simple household objects with different textures provide vital data for the brain's tactile map. Sensory play isn't just fun. It's the primary way the brain learns to differentiate between me and the not me world. Let them get messy. The cognitive benefits of tactile exploration far outweigh the effort of the cleanup. Like a drop of water, the simplest experiences can contain a world of discovery. Tip number 3, learn the sleep window. Look for subtle signs of tiredness like ear tugging or the 1,000-yard stare before they start crying. Missing that window can lead to an overtired state where cortisol floods the system, making it twice as hard for their brain to shut down. Establish a biological bridge. Use the same 3 activities every night, like a bath, a book, and a song, to signal to the pineal gland that it's time for melatonin. Predictability is the language of the nervous system. When the body knows what's coming, it can relax more deeply and stay asleep longer. Tip number 4, model healthy curiosity. Your baby is more likely to try a new food if they see you enjoying it first. Eating together is a masterclass in social learning. Mirror neurons aren't just for movement, they are for taste and enjoyment too. Your positive expression sets their internal food safety signal to green. Keep the atmosphere light. The stress of a food battle can actually interfere with nutrient absorption by activating the fight or flight response. Nutrition is the energy of the earth transformed into the power of the human spirit. Tip number 5, floor time is freedom. Give your baby plenty of unrestricted time on a safe rug to test their balance and strengthen their core. Through movement, they are literally measuring their world. This spatial reasoning is the precursor to later skills in math and geometry. Avoid containers like walkers or bouncers when possible. Natural movement allows the cerebellum to develop at its own unique, perfect pace. Movement is the flow of life, finding its own path through the landscape of development. By supporting their biological needs, sleep, fuel, and movement, you are giving their brain the freedom to focus on the highest task of all, learning to love. We're 55 minutes into our journey. Subscribe to Cute Baby Clips for the final 5-minute masterclass on emotional intelligence. You are the gardener of their potential. Nourish the soil and they will reach for the stars. Masterclass Part A is complete. Stay with us for the final 5 minutes. Part B, where we dive into the science of social and emotional support. See you in a moment. Extended peaceful background music. Take a moment to reflect on your baby's unique journey. Every small effort you make today is a building block for their tomorrow. We are here to support you every step of the way with the science of love and growth. Longer instrumental fade out. Welcome to the final 5 minutes of our masterclass. We've covered the biology, now we turn to the heart. How do you build a brain that is not just smart, but kind, resilient, and happy? This session is about emotional connection, the invisible architecture that supports everything else your child will ever do. Tip number 6, be an emotion coach. When your baby cries, don't just distract them, label the feeling, say, "You are sad because the toy fell." Neuroscience calls this name to tame. Labeling an emotion calms the amygdala and brings the thinking brain back online. You aren't fixing the feeling, you are validating it. This teaches them that emotions are safe and manageable, not scary. Tip number 7, embrace rupture and repair. You will lose your patience, you will be tired, that is the rupture. The magic happens in the repair. Going back and reconnecting builds a stronger bond than if the conflict never happened at all. It teaches your child that relationships are resilient and that love is stronger than mistakes. Perfect parenting isn't the goal. A good enough parent who repairs is the gold standard for secure attachment. Tip number 8, create a yes space. Baby-proof one area of your home completely so you don't have to say no constantly. Constant restriction kills curiosity. A yes space allows the brain's seeking system to fire freely, building confidence and autonomy. Let them explore, dump, and discover. This is the laboratory of their independence. Tip number 9, put on your own oxygen mask. Your mental state is the weather system of your home. Because of mirror neurons, your stress becomes their stress. But your calm also becomes their calm. Self-care is childcare. Ask for help. Build your village. A supported parent builds a supported child. You are their harbor. To keep them safe, you must keep your own walls strong. And finally, tip number 10, play the long game. The hard days are long, but the years are incredibly short. You are building a brain, a heart, and a soul. Every hug, every song, and every moment of patience matters more than you know. Thank you for taking this 60-minute journey into the science of your baby. You now have the tools to understand the miracle in your arms. Trust your instincts, trust the science, and most of all, trust your baby. They were born to learn and they were born to love you. Uplifting, emotional, orchestral finale music swells and then gently fades out over the final minutes. Why is it that a simple bubble or a falling leaf can hold a baby's attention for so long? Curiosity isn't just a trait, it's the brain's primary engine for growth. Welcome to the final segment of Cute Baby Clips. Today we're concluding our 60-minute journey with the science of curiosity and wonder. Deep in the brain, the mesolimbic pathway, often called the seeking system, is constantly pushing your baby to explore the unknown. It's a biological drive as strong as hunger. Babies have a profound novelty preference. The brain prioritizes information it hasn't seen before, using it to build and refine its internal map of reality. When they stare at something new, they aren't just looking. They are performing a high-speed data download, recording every detail. The world is vast, and their curiosity is the compass that guides them through it. Shared wonder is a powerful social glue. When you say, "Look at that," you are amplifying their curiosity and teaching them what is valuable in their world. Every discovery, no matter how small, triggers a dopamine reward. This makes the effort of learning feel pleasurable, ensuring that your baby never stops seeking. Wonder is the emotional state of a brain that is wide open to new possibilities. It's the highest form of cognitive engagement. Curiosity is the light that coaxes the mind to bloom. By protecting and nurturing this sense of wonder, you are fostering a lifetime of cognitive flexibility, creativity, and a love for discovery that will never fade. We have reached the end of our 60-minute journey through the science of your baby. You now have the knowledge to see the brilliance behind every cute moment. Thank you for being part of this series. Keep observing, keep loving, and keep celebrating the science of your baby. See you in the next series. Before they can walk, they can dance. Before they can speak, they can sing. Music isn't just entertainment for a baby. It's a fundamental building block of the human brain. Welcome back to Cute Baby Clips. Today, we're tuning into the fascinating science of music, rhythm, and your baby's developing mind. Music engages the brain like nothing else. It lights up the auditory cortex, but also the areas responsible for emotion, memory, and even motor control. It's a total brain workout. Rhythm is actually math in motion. When a baby hears a beat, their brain is subconsciously calculating patterns, sequences, and intervals, skills that lay the groundwork for future mathematics. That banging on pots and pans isn't just noise, it's an experiment in acoustics, volume, and cause and effect. They are the conductors of their own little orchestra. Lullabies are a universal language. The slow tempo and repetitive melody of a lullaby physically slow down a baby's heart rate and lower their cortisol levels. This biological soothing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping them transition from a state of alert engagement to deep rest. Moving together to music creates interpersonal synchrony. It signals to the baby that you are in tune with them, quite literally. Music is also the bridge to language. The rise and fall of a melody mimics the prosody of speech, helping babies learn to distinguish words and emotional tones. Active musical play, where they make the sound themselves, boosts neuroplasticity. It teaches them that they have the power to create beauty and change their environment. You don't need a symphony. The wind in the trees, the rhythm of rain, and the song of a bird are the original music of the world. Music connects us to our heritage. The songs you sing today connect your baby to generations past, weaving them into the tapestry of their culture. A musical brain is a connected brain. It fosters math skills, language, emotional regulation, and deep social bonds. Part 16 is complete. Join us in 5 minutes for Part 17, where we explore the development of the self and early friendships. See you then. Keep listening, keep singing, and keep dancing. The rhythm of life is just beginning.